Name, Mukurui Kusuba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. Jesus Christ, guys, we just jumped genres into shonen. She had an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. Yeah, I found the female version of Sosuke. I don't think she's going to be quite as amusing, though. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, and that she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Well, that's pretty fucked up. Moving on. The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person, but then...
I see.
Never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Wolf that would match up as the dog in the body's wrist? Could potentially, yeah. Biting people's hands, right hands off, shout who gets the joke. That wasn't a event in Ragnarok, wasn't it? Whose hand was it, though? I don't remember.
Naturally.
Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. When they do other uses, and they always get the job done. It's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard of it says that Fenrir is already...
Found it!
Oh, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero. Ah, it's you!
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there?
What?
Oh, you found her profile. So what if I did?
Hey!
Don't freak out on me.
Now.
I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you were wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? And who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
A rule violation's really so unforgivable. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on dedication to organization and order. At one point, I thought actually that Kiyotaka might actually be more involved in events than he turned out to be, just because of the obsession with rules. Wait, you found concept art of the Monokuma shrimp version? Steve, you magnificent bastard. You magnificent bastard. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely. I cannot have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? And it's about the one writing all the rules. They are actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
Yep, 15 people and 16 chairs. One person floating around. I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding? Are you saying...
In other words,
That's right. There weren't actually 15 of you.
yes indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16? Then...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Wow, they really, really like this
the
flashback
16th student,
a
lying
lot.
hidden somewhere
Seriously,
in
is this the
school.
5th fucking
The
time?
one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Christ, Samurai X Reflections had less fucking flashbacks than that. 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of this school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You would not believe the ratings. And since we got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I didn't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes indeed.
Makes sense.
Well now.
Okay, and that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out, all the time? No, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Yep. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand... a tattoo. Wait, but no. Yukuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means... those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. Matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. This trap?
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said that there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro was the one creating the rules to the game. Why would he tell us that, and why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. The mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case?
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. More likely she got whacked. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
Based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. How would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So, in other words...
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. He wants to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. Now you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
Let's go.
Well, are you coming? That absolutely counts. That was totally educational. I would never have understood the true origin of Kakarot had I not watched that. I felt decidedly educated by that animated GIF. There are wooden lockers here. They use woodblock keys just like those of super traditional public bathhouses. Looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker furthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found in the locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. Jesus. I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key, and it opened. There are arrows in here. Looks like 10 arrows in total. Look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Which without a bow, they're nothing but strong level sticks. Strong sticks. Ah, there's something else in the locker. It's a wadded ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is it a bloodstain?
I see.
That is, then it means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? Oh no, I love teaching. I'm just not interested in learning. Oh, I'm glad you made it back, Spoons. Now, how could it possibly be involved? I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Maybe it'll have more later. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. How did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Well, perhaps. Yakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? How are we supposed to find out about that? Probably in the archives. Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research? You're talking about the archive? That's right, the archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Byakuya is a take charge kind of guy. Which is probably a good thing, because Makoto's got no balls. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to the shelf and back. Ah, here we go. Quickly return with a file in hand. Speculation they've gotten the murderer and victim mixed up? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too. Though, I still see the possibility of Junko's actually being the corpse, which would make for a wicked fucking twist.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? Well, it's definitely the right image for the tattoo. How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, not where I grew up. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They've been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. They are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group and they simply imploded. Yay! Reading time with Brogami.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Hey, Brett Strike. A little over an hour. The battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now you mention it. Reports said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right, it said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that you're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean... Mikuru Kusuba's profile has been updated. Oh! I guess that's all we get. Mrs. Metal Gear, does that make Byakuya Raiden? No, he's far less whiny.
It constantly assaults us organisms, the Earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
Well, the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
Doesn't seem that way. Let's go. The theories they are plenty right now. Someone somewhere with a Fenrir tramp stamp. Yeah, and you know what? Not gonna fuck with them. Pretty sure they would kill my ass. Oh, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you?
Huh?
What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Yeah, this room is really empty these days. Stop talking and brace yourselves. I'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. I imagined what was about to happen. I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. Watch him not show up. But... I stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again. We're not going to beat this today, Spoons. We still have a whole other chapter after this. What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... or what?
What?
Jesus. Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that?
What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You are the ones making me wait.
Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We cannot start till everyone's here, now can we?
What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. I don't know. We're missing Kyoko and... well, quite frankly, a charred corpse on the ground.
Sorry, but you are wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now.
If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look. Oh, welcome back, Kyoko.
Hey.
I'm here and no rule's been broken. Kyoko? Kyoko, you still alive? No, it's a ghost! It's like it's a spooky ghost!
If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. We need to save some of the fun for later, capiche?
What?
Is it true that there's no particular penalty for being late? Or is it okay
Is
there's no
that
penalty?
right?
I made it here just time. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong?
You are so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'm just one step ahead of you.
Ghost? Ruh-roh. Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. And there was a giant chorus of WTF, mate. So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right, now we gotta deal with a ghost! I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Yakuya stepped into the elevator. Oh. You know, so she's the killer? That would be the assumption. I'm still not convinced that it isn't Junko's body up there. And if it is Junko's body, we're basically holding a trial that would convict Monokuma. I almost wonder if Kyoko set all of this up in order to basically lure out and test some things, get some more information. Good call. Who knows what happened to us if we take too long?
But...
I'll be happy when his trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So...
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. Interesting. Then, when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. Can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? She's still gonna pull something out of her ass at the last minute then. So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's where the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. Class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Man, this is all kinds of fucked up today. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. Holy hell, that tree is magical. Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes without preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. I just stood there, silent and still. And after an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. It wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. Yeah, I'm wondering how the chicken's gonna work too.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it has been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Thrills! Chills! Kills!
Let us get on with the show.
So the curtain opened for the 5th time. Way too many deadly things. I think that's all we've got for skills. Alright, let's take a moment to quickly review what we have in terms of evidence before we actually go in here. Monokuma File 5, we don't know who the person is. Stabbed a single time with a knife. Went through the whole body, struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. Body was covered with other wounds, at least several days old. No clear indication that the knife or the metal pipe were definitely the killing blow, though. Explosion burnt upper half of the body beyond recognition. Upper of the body remained on fire, had to be extinguished. Upper half was soaking wet, bottom half remained dry. Body was wearing notably long fake nails. Fake nails and the tattoo, though. I don't know. Tattoo makes things kind of crazy obvious. Fragments near the body from the bomb that we removed. Sprinklers come on 7:30, but the body was not wet. Body was found at 9 a.m. Now, the crime scene is the same one that we had in our room that we were attacked with. Tarp hidden amongst the other items in the tool shed. One side was wet and filthy with mud and grime. Other side was completely clean and dry, which means the body was tarped when the sprinklers were going off, if it was already up there. There is one chicken missing. No, chicken missing means that the coop got opened. Question is, why was the coop opened? Oh yeah, she's long dead, Dalton. Like I said, there was no corpse in the garden just after nighttime, so the murder must have taken place, or at least the body was moved there at some point after that. And now 4 of those people have alibis. Body before the explosion. There, at least here they say white jacket covering the body. They kept saying wearing it in the text, and it clearly wasn't wearing the fucking thing. Mask covering its head. White jacket covering body. Knife thrust in the abdomen. Bloodstains around the wound. Body stopped bleeding. Blood was still wet. Could have been blood from the chicken. No blood on the ground around the body. Alright, Meguro Kusaba's file. Military obsessed, disappears for 3 years, comes back, gets the tattoo on the body to represent being part of the organization. Killing game began with 16 students, and it's assumed that Mukuro is the 16th. Monokuma revealed the reason Kyoko wears gloves is to hide something she doesn't want anyone to see. Well, he specifically said scars. Shouldn't we ask why there's a chicken coop in the first place? Well, if no one here was ever going to leave, it would have to become self-sufficient, because it's not like supplies were going to keep coming in from the outside, necessarily. Alright, the key to the dojos was in Kyoko's room. Titanium arrows we found in the locker. There are 10 in total. Bloody duct tape. And Kyoko used secret tool which grants access to any room in the school, potentially including our dorms. She's stuck in the second floor dorms, which is where she's been hiding. Alright, well, I think we're fully reviewed. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering that troll kisser. I wonder if it was actually stored in the chicken coop, and maybe one got away when it was opened and pulled out.
Explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
So many chairs, so many portraits.
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Can I please just get a chorus of failfish for that fucking moment?
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No! That's a ghost!
But She has legs and stuff.
I wanted to just say boo and watch him freak out.
Well, that's just because... she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology!
Oh my god. Why are you still alive? Fuck, you should have died ages ago.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Did you make Hiro walk over there and just poke her? Poke her, you're done!
Her traits?
One important trait that Kyoko has that proves her the body doesn't belong to her. The gloves.
I got it!
I can't believe I'm actually having to do
Talking
this right
about our
now.
Gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Oh, let's just give the boy a Scooby snack and send him on his way. There's no way that corpse is Kyoko. If I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. Are you fucking for real? So I don't have any choice but to... Are we gonna have to rhythm game it like right... Okay, no. Alright, what was in the exploded body analysis? Let me just refresh.
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
She can't wear fake nails under the gloves.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's
Let's
not
let her
a
run
ghost.
through once.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Thank you, Byakuya. Alright, let's go with the exploded body analysis, I guess, because
Kyoko there is just...
it's like... Why are we even having this fucking conversation right now? I mean, the upper half is torched, but the friggin' hands aren't.
just a ghost. Okay.
Then prove it. Prove the dead body wasn't wearing gloves. They got
Burnt up in the...
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Really? Her hands aren't even cooked at all. Fucking kidding me? Oh my god, this is so incredibly stupid right now.
Ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
Can we just kill Hiro and get him the fuck out of here?
wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
You may actually be too dumb to die. I'm kind of wondering about
She was
that.
wearing gloves before the explosion.
Why are we even having this fucking
Yeah,
argument?
She must have been wearing gloves.
Fucking fake nails, dude.
No, that's wrong.
Oh my god, here. Dude, just shut up and go kill yourself, please. We'd be so much better off.
No. There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
I'm gonna kill this man
Well,
myself.
Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
I'm expecting to have to go into a rhythm game with Hiro just screaming ghost at me to
It
convince
should
him.
have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
I'm developing a legitimate eye twitch
That's the
listening to him.
first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Guys, change of plans. We're gonna kill Hiro and get away with it. Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Yes, Kyoko agrees. The body isn't her. Alright, let's let this roll through once.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, it's wrong.
Not you entirely convinced yet.
There was one clue left behind.
What soldier
that
would
we
use
can
fake
to identify
nails?
the body.
What? For real?
And that's all anyone knows about you is that you have that friggin' tattoo. Then you find a way to get that tattoo on another dead body. Funny if Kyoko agreed with Hiro just to mess with everyone. I want to see her just say boo and watch him jump out of his friggin' skin.
You're lying. You'll die a cruel and unusual death.
What is that, Link? Oh god, yeah. I remember that. Cut it off. Which part are we talking about, Uber?
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Why cut it off? I'm not entirely convinced she can't just do another one of the tattoos herself. We don't know where the hell she's been. We don't know what the hell she has. She could have tattooed a dead body at any time.
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Wow, Toko, thanks.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
You compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear, which is where's that thing we're looking for here? The profile.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
And now everyone else is just sitting here like, what the hell are you talking about?
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... Oh my god, really? It's a friggin' wolf! Are you... Why are we even doing this?
Now I understand.
Now he understands.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse
Wow.
mythology. A huge
That is a nice
world-ending
shotgun.
wolf beast.
Because fuck you 9 times indeed. I almost thought for a moment there was just gonna fill the whole thing in for him and be like, you're done! Okay.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after
I don't
all
think the
this
less
time,
letters would
we
even
finally got
matter
a
there.
glimpse of the literary all-star.
Yes, thank you, Dandelion. I can't head desk because I've got a plushie, a microphone, and this hat on in the way.
A wolf tattoo.
I need a tiny foam desk that I can just slam my head into mid-cast. I swear.
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf,
Had to bring it in somehow? No, they actually didn't have to bring it in somehow.
which means that person must have once belonged to
This
Fenrir.
trial has been a little bit idiotic so far.
So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised.
The pom-pom's even
but
lower than
you're
the desk, and it's too big
absolutely right.
to hold in one hand and smash my head into.
Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the master?
I did use the Monster Hunter 4 chest for that once.
Now we have to have a true last trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, Being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Well, she was known as the ultimate soldier anyways, not the ultimate despair.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
What happened since yesterday? Exploded body, gathered evidence, trial. Current assumption is that the body is actually the 16th student.
All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier.
What ultimate soldier wears fucking fake nails, though?
If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
One wants to look fabulous. Oh god.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Yeah, we're gonna see Kyoko out at the end of this one, I'm
Then
guessing.
who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
Nope.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
Oh, are we getting too close to the mark, Monokuma?
Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Well, I'd love to say that's an incredibly stupid theory. The fact is, there was a mystery 16th person, so...
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Yeah, to me and Kyoko.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects.
I got it!
I got it! It's me! Oh, wait.
Narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm
Hey, Mods! How you doing?
that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
We're ignoring the real culprit, Hiro's hair? Yep.
exactly so.
Has a life of its own, I'm sure. So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, It was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock.
He has the same hairstyle as Shodan. So he's the mastermind.
So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Oh god, what if he is? What if he actually is the fucking mastermind? Just because fucking hero, damn it.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body.
Because let's face it, all game he has been so incredibly stupid that it's impossible to even look at him as a threat.
Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
What time was the body discovered? At 9 o'clock.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Oh, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
Sarah is the mastermind.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right?
Long story short, Mephisto, 15 students, well, technically 16 we found out. 16 students locked in a school, and basically put in a position where if you want to get free, you have to kill someone else and get away with it. So yeah, we're just working our way through all the murders.
Oh yeah, right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Real mastermind's probably hiding somewhere in that main. I like to think there's a tiny Monokuma just hidden up there, with a bunch of levers just controlling Hiro's body. Nope. Sadly, I don't murder folks. I figure out who murdered folks, and then Monokuma murders them in return. Yeah, the bear kills everyone. Okay, then it looks like the game has begun. Have a good night, 9 title. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. The bear is actually limited to the same rules we are. Unless the 16th actually attacked Monokuma, can't kill it. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Alright, this is probably the sprinklers.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Hang on. Yeah.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took
I'm
place
assuming
somewhere
we're gonna use-
between 10 o'clock at night and
Which one
9
am I
o'clock
actually
in the
going
morning.
to... I think the 7:30 is what we want to go after.
Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Oh shit, I think I just totally missed that.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
I'm assuming we're going with the sprinklers here and not the state of the body.
And 9 o'clock in the morning. And Makoto doesn't...
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
Oh shit, did I totally miss that again? Oh my god. Well, no, it's the wrong one anyways. Good to know.
Shoot!
Oh god, are we using a tree full or do we
We've
have to
established a
absorb?
time frame.
Exploded body analysis. Okay, bottom half dry. We're gonna use that then.
For the murder. It
30% of the time.
between 10 o'clock.
Alright, still going after that 7:30 though.
Yeah, from kickoff to 7:30.
Oh fuck, I'm having a stupid day. Sorry guys. I don't know what fucking context they're looking for here. An
We've
exploded
established
body,
a time frame
fragments
for
near
the
the
murder.
it's not the fucking fragments. I don't feel like I can refute anything they're actually saying. Speculation, missing chicken is the mastermind and it's Nanako in disguise. We brought up Nanakuma anymore. It's, yeah. Zephyriel. That's actually why a lot of people are prefacing what they're saying with speculation. The fact is the bottom half is dry, which means it had to show up after 7:30. So I guess
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
which is not incorrect.
And Makoto doesn't
Have an alibi.
From 10 to
I feel like I'm really stupid right
That's
now.
more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections now,
Would be the tarp.
No, I don't think it's a flashback, Mulcadrian.
we've established a time frame for
Fuck
the
it, I'm just
murder.
gonna fire the sprinklers in.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
No, that's wrong.
I hate it when it's not clear
the
how you're
murder
gonna use
couldn't
something to
have
refute
happened
it.
anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
Yeah, we kind of threw a bucket on it.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
The fuck is wrong with you?
I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
Mouth down south. Jesus Christ, Toko.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Man, you're totally wacko.
For once, I agree with
You
Hero.
really think it wasn't the sprinkler? You'd better tell us why!
I need to prove it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence and that should do it. Look at the body itself, that should make it clear. Oh, we about to rhythm game it. Yeah, fucking rhythm game time.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Enough! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I'm right about this! I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! That's enough! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I'm right about this! I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me?
Alright.
How can you say it wasn't
I'm
the
gonna say it's the
sprinkler?
exploded body analysis because... Yeah, bottom half's dry. Yeah, this is a really weird game. The mini-games are kind of obnoxious
Just
as
remember
fuck.
what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
Everything else is incredibly interesting, but
The
the
top
mini-games
half
are
of the
obnoxious.
body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm gonna fail-fish her more than Hero at this rate.
I'm so sick of her.
Thank you, Aoi.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because While the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
No shit, dumbass.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Or the body could have been covered, or there's actually a lot of explanations for that.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
It's also assuming that they were killed and not moved there, since there's very little blood by the body itself.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. What you mean that Makuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me, and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
That's what I was thinking, Dandelion.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive
It's reasonable
and
logic,
no
but-
alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
Thank you, Kyoko, for putting holes in the flimsy logic of defending myself with.
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Certain something in the scene was used to cover the body. Could it have been the goddamn tarp?
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
Well, we call it that.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
I wonder if she really thinks we did it. Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. It was used the way Kyoko said. The tarp must have touched the body, right? Wet blood. The body...
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer.